Fugitive Friday again.
Yeah, Trisha's here with Crime Stoppers. Everybody, stop what you're doing. Take a look at the screen. We've got some people to watch out for.
Because they all live here in our community.
Yeah.
They're somewhere
out there
out
somewhere.
here. Absolutely. And we're starting off our list this week with a Lehigh Acres man who has spent the last 20 years making irresponsible, illegal, and destructive decisions in our community. A brand new warrant for the arrest of Yohandy Avila was issued last week after he failed to show up for court following an arrest for the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Detectives say Avila was staying at a home with a registered sex offender and an underage female. When they arrived to arrest the sex offender on other charges, they told Avila to clear the residence and take his belongings. After noticing that the 36-year-old was acting extremely suspicious and a little bit nervous during questioning, they searched his bag and found an open bottle of booze and a 9mm with 10 rounds in the magazine, which, as a convicted felon, he is not allowed to have. Avila spent a little under 24 hours in jail before being released on the condition of showing up for his next court hearing, which he instead bailed on. To date, Avila has 29 previous arrests since age 17 on charges of burglary, drugs, child neglect, fraud, and dealing in stolen property, among other crimes. He's also been sent to prison twice, having just been released earlier this year. Avila is 5'8", 210 pounds, and upon his arrest, he will be held without bond. Next up is a guy who took advantage of an Estero business owner who had already lost nearly everything he had during Hurricane Ian. Detectives are on the hunt for Jessup Douglas, who violated his probation earlier this month on charges of grand theft and uttering forged bills. The victim in this case had a business that was ravaged by the floodwaters of Ian. After the storm passed, he hired Douglas as part of a crew to help him find any of his belongings that could be salvaged in the debris. While on the job, the 31-year-old found a checkbook belonging to the victim, which he failed to turn over. Instead, he used it to write multiple checks on the victim's account, payable to himself and his girlfriend, to the tune of roughly $10,000 over the course of 2 months. Banking records aren't that hard to trace back, and it didn't take long to find Douglas guilty of the charges. As a penance, he was placed on 60 months of state probation, which he recently violated after walking away from a court-ordered drug treatment program. Douglas has 6 priors for battery, resisting, and theft. He's 6'2", 195 pounds, with a tattoo of the name Brittany on his neck, the Grim Reaper on his right arm, and a cross on his right hand. Douglas was last known to be hanging his hat in North Fort Myers. Also on the run this week is a woman with a history of taking things that don't belong to her, stretching from the Keys on up to Cape Coral. Emily Mashad has been on the run for the last 2 weeks after not showing up for a court-mandated hearing following her most recent arrest for grand theft. Detectives say the 39-year-old went to a local store where she spent nearly 3 hours loading up a cart full of items ranging from high-end cosmetics to electronics, clothes, and basic necessities. Instead of stopping at the register to pay, like the rest of us do, Mashad strolled directly out the door, taking more than $1,300 worth of items. A facial recognition program helped identify Mashad as the suspect, which was supported by information from a previous arrest she had at that same exact store and some of her social media posts. She was located in North Fort Myers and arrested on the charges, then released with the agreement of showing back up for court. But when a judge called her name earlier this month, Mashad was nowhere to be found. Mashad is 5'4", 135 pounds, and could be trying to stay off the radar with friends in Cape Coral. And wrapping up this week's list is a Naples man who was drunk behind the wheel during the morning rush hour on I-75. Troopers say Larry Ortiz Bellorin was spotted on the off-ramp at 75 and Daniels, veering off the road, then overcorrecting just before 7 in the morning. Officers kept an eye on Bellorin to ensure that it was just an isolated incident. However, as he continued on his travels, Bellorin's driving continued to be reckless, nearly striking other motorists on the busy roadway. When troopers initially tried to pull him over, Bellorin kept going, albeit at a turtle's pace, until he finally slammed on the brakes and stopped. When officers approached the car, they were hit with a strong scent of alcohol on the 23-year-old's breath and spotted a case of Modelo's on the seat next to him, with at least 2 empties on the floorboard. When they asked Bellorin if he'd been drinking, he admitted to 3 beers, again at 7 in the morning. However, his field sobriety test indicated that he had definitely misjudged his math. After blowing over the legal limit, Bellorin was arrested for DUI and also charged with a baggie of cocaine that he had in his pocket. He eventually pled no contest to the charges and was placed on probation, which he violated last month. Bellorin is 5'9", 195 pounds, and could be gravitating between Bonita Springs and Naples. And upon his arrest, he will be held without bond in the Lee County Jail. And as always, if you recognize any of the fugitives we featured here today, you're asked to call the Crime Stoppers hotline. That number is 1-800-780-TIPS. All callers will remain anonymous and will be eligible for a cash reward of up to $3,000. Again, these guys and gal are all living here in our community. They're just trying to lay low and trying to keep themselves out of jail. But if you see them, call us, let us know. We'll give you a little bit of cash.
Yeah, and they're on your website if you need to see their pictures.
Absolutely.
Trish,
right.
thank you so much.
Thanks, Trish.